my sushi. Want a big tip, better get the cooking. I am not paying you for all this lipping. Sapphire diamonds, yeah, they bluey. Put them around your neck, you look chewy. Blow 10 grand, please excuse me. Bless me real good, I need a hero cookie. I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big tipper. Put up, or shut up. Put up, or shut up. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper.
They say the rap game dead, I object, that's a low blow. Taking copycatting off each other, that's a no-no. Keep this original or just not even no show. I'm a big tipper, when I spend it I'ma flip ya. So girl, drop it really low, show them how we for the flow. Candy and stick and ball, feed me and give me more. Haters gon' hate when they see us running state to state. The way that we be tipping, man, up this on some other ish. Down on this dude, what you mean, that's another chick. Coming in, going out on some other shit. Try to rip us off, best believe it, that's a no-go. Never trust nobody, even family, that's a no-no.
I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper, yeah, I'm a big.
Welcome to thepowerofvoices.com and the Comedy Hour Live. It's my birthday, and I'm here. I'm so thrilled. It's like a gift. You have no idea how long I've been trying to get you on my show.
Happy birthday.
And it's Wada L.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a problem pronouncing your name. Usually I'm stumbling over people's names constantly, as it's been like an ongoing joke. I think the worst moment was me mispronouncing Tupac.
Oh, no.
I used it wasn't.
Was you trying to say Shakur?
No.
You saying Shakur?
No, I had my Boston accent, and I said Pac instead of Pac. And, because we Pac. We got parking for our car, but somebody, don't be disrespectful.
That's an accent, though.
Never. Yeah, I
Pac.
tried to say that, but they wouldn't let me off the hook. There was an angry man over that. But that all aside, I am so thrilled. I'm like, I get to meet you guys, pretty much a lot of you for the first time, because usually, you see comedians on stage. You might get to pass you guys in the green room, and usually you're in a zone, in the green room. So you're not really, you don't want to spend your energy talking, before you go on. And then afterwards, a lot of you bump out to either another show, or if you got family, that's, you do your thing and you're gone. Like, I'm amazed at how you can tell the youngins hang and the pros are like in, they do the stuff, they got their stuff to do, and they're out. And they're either on to the next thing. Some of you have 2 shows in one night.
Yeah, because if you trying to get on stage, if you don't hang, there's never that moment to say, hey, Nichelle, please.
I love
what about next week?
Shout out, yeah.
Please let me up there.
Yeah, and
So
that's something, earning that stage time is, man, I know the open mics all by chance. And here's where it gets like, that you're playing an open mic, you got a bunch of comedians, because that's who's in the room.
Yeah.
Now, comedians, you guys don't give up laughs that easy.
Mm-mm.
And so it's really...
I laugh when it's funny.
Right.
I do.
And that's when you've got something really good, if you can make a room full of comedians laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also, like, what did you think? And then some of the comedians say, hey, man, if you just switch it this way, sometimes you have some great ability to learn. There's people that will give you their knowledge.
Yeah.
But if you're going on, like, later on in the night, they've all left. They've all gone to the next open mic. I mean, I can't believe it's like a system. They go from this to this to this, and it's usually, traveling packs. That's the other thing. Like, you all have a group.
Hopefully, if that happens, there's some comics in there that feel like laughing for you.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Well, I know.
Because if not, they're going to sit there and they're going to look at you.
Like you ain't got no right on that stage.
Yeah.
I could be up there.
No, they're going to look at you like, hurry up. What we doing?
Yeah.
What we doing after this? But some of them will be very helpful.
Yeah, I've had the honor of having, like I tell people, when you watch the shows, because these are all archived on YouTube, by the way.
You said what?
These are all archived on YouTube.
Oh,
you get to hear it on SoundCloud. I don't know if you had a Facebook Live. Do you run a lot of your social media?
I do.
I was like, you have like 6-digit followers.
Yeah, but I'll do the Instagram, and then I be on it, and then sometimes I just be in the room wherever I'm at,
Okay.
and I'll look at I like everybody's stuff.
To see what everybody said. That's
I
a lot
like
of work.
everybody's stuff. It'd be a little kid, just you know what I mean, with his mom chilling. I don't even know the person. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
The idea of working social media and going on that, like I actually comment and I look at what people are doing. I follow probably everyone that has Instagram comedy that's on there and some of the stuff. Love to get into that. But talking to somebody, do you do any of that Instagram, jump in any of the clips with
I used to do it a lot. I used to always post something. And now I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, like the opportunity to do that movie, and then
and I want to show everybody this. You can actually go out and get this movie.
it's called Don't Get Caught.
Don't Get Caught. You have Snoop Dogg.
Mike Epps,
Mike
E40, Brian Hooks, Linnell,
Just I'd
Brittany
I'd like
Alina,
to get these people on my show.
Elise Neal,
And quite a lineup. And the writers of this.
directed by D-Shot.
Ooh.
D-Shot. So D-Shot
This is some good stuff. And I'm sorry, I don't know if you're following the world today. You need some comedy.
yeah.
Disaster to Laughter.
Find it on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
You can get it at Target, Walmart, or you can on Comcast, DirecTV. It's on there. You can watch it on there
Watch it on there.
digitally.
Now, let me ask you. Your name, Wada.
Water is my name. It's the only thing I don't like asking about. I only talk about
I
my
love
name.
that. I can say I love that name.
Thank you.
I won't dig on you.
But people always say, they say, "What's your mama call you?" And then I always think to myself, why you think you as important as my mama? I won't call you what your mama call you. What if my mama call me stupid? You think you could deserve to call me stupid?
Yeah, I'm amazed that I have a name no one can pronounce, as simple as it seems. They want my nieces sent me a happy birthday, Auntie Ann, with an E on it. So I said to my sister, when have you ever seen an E in my name? And you're my sister. So she's like, oh, yeah, that's right, huh? I mean, every time I get a card, I'm like, who the hell? What's with the E?
Oh, she spell it wrong?
And my name's Anna Marie.
I be spelling my brother's name wrong sometimes.
See? And we take it.
No, but they got, it's Eric, Derek, and Cedric. They're 3 brothers got almost the same name. And then one of them used 2 R's, I believe. I don't know if it's Derek or Eric, and I'd be switching their stuff around. And I know it's probably disrespectful, like, man, 30 years of wrongness.
So, are you the only one that's funny in your family?
Nah.
You come from people with a great sense of humor?
Yeah. They can be. My brother Eric is a Gemini, and he could just be quiet and not. He could be funny if he wants to. Derek is funny. Eric can be funny, or he can lose his sense of humor.
Really?
Like he in a mood where there's nothing he can do. He ain't funny.
Oh, we have a caller.
Oh, right on.
Rocket Man. Hey, it's Anna Marie. Who that?
Happy birthday, Queen.
Hey, girl, what you doing?
Nothing. I'm watching your show, and I wanted to say hello to your guest, and I wanted to call and wish you happy birthday since I'm not there personally tonight.
How you doing?
Honey's closet was empty tonight.
Yeah, the closet was getting some curtains cleaned, so, we got the carpet and stuff cleaned in the closet, so.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That is so cool. Thank you for the birthday wishes.
You're so welcome. Enjoy your day, and I'm listening, and I'm just missed the where to get his video. I think it is he was saying. So can you repeat that for me? Is it possible before the show's over?
This one here?
Yeah, that one there. He just mentioned somewhere about getting it on Amazon.
You can get it on Amazon Prime. You can get it on Target, Walmart, and then when you on Amazon Prime, you can go in there and get Pure Water, one of my hour specials too. So if you think I'm funny in Don't Get Caught, don't get the hour special first. If you think I'm funny in that movie, then you can get that, and that would be appreciated. I would appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take pictures and post those on my wall, and get
please.
Yeah, man, support your comedians. Life just wouldn't be funny without you.
Hey, and post all the information so I can make sure I share it as well.
All right, thank you. That's awesome. That's Val from Honey's Closet.
Thank you, Val.
You're welcome, sweetheart, and you have a good show. And I'm listening. Happy birthday, girl. I love ya.
All right, sweetie.
I
That was
love
awesome.
y'all too.
I love that. Yeah, I really do. I try, and it's hard in this town because everybody's doing something. You've all got shows. You're all doing that. But back to your, you were talking about your name and Cedric and Eric and everybody getting the name spelled right. I happen to think it's really funny when your mother would call you if she got aggravated enough, she screw up everybody's name too.
Everybody's name?
Well, my mother would get so aggravated and she would start yelling for one of us, and then she'd go through the whole list.
Yeah, she has done that. I don't know about that. I got a. He was like a cousin. His name Kerry, and he looked like me. And we both had these red jackets, and she'd see him running around in the street, and she'd be like, "Get over here!" And he'll turn back like,
You ain't my mama?
Yeah, like, you ain't my mom, lady. You need to know better. But yeah, she would yell for us, come downstairs. And
So what would you say? Is you tell stories of growing up as far as what your comedy's about?
I do. I'll tell stories about my family and stuff like that. But I'm starting to gear
expand?
towards a lot of other things. It's not a need. It's it's me. It like whatever. Even conversation. How you said people should have amazing conversations with you. I think that whatever resonates in me, as far as funny, as far as serious, has expanded on its own.
Yes.
I could still be crazy.
Yes, you should be, because being a comedian, but that your gift is be able to take that seriousness and put that twist on it where people resonate with laughter, because laughter breaks down so much of the uncomfortable people feel in their own skin. Mm-hmm. And it's nervous laughter, and people will actually laugh because of being nervous. So there's some kind of predisposed primatal need to laugh.
Yeah,
okay?
It is. It's like
just like when people say, "Oh man, that stupid doggy commercial got me all choked up." Well, you have emotions, and laughter is definitely one of them.
Hey, but when you can laugh,
is there nothing better?
When you can laugh at just an old CD. It was one of the first CDs I ever bought, Life Jennings CD. And then he's like, here's how he's saying, he's like, "Hey, you, same thing, make you laugh, make you cry." And that is so true.
That's so true.
But the moment you can really look at those things and they not really tear jerking, like you really can find something that make you laugh for real. Not I gotta cover this pain up. No, I can actually laugh at it now. That's like that's freedom.
That's some golden knowledge there. That truly is, because what people don't, the idea of writing bits and things that people see during the day, and I've noticed there's all different types of things that comedians think about and use and talk about, and the obvious, like there's a comedian, Sherry Cola, and
Cherry Cola.
Yeah, she's Asian. And she said, I don't know what it was when God created us. If maybe it was windy that day.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh my God, she's and the visual, and she pauses, and of course and it's just hilarious God. Because
and it's hers.
It's hers. That's
crazy,
right? So like I'm like an obvious truth that play on words is the other thing when you can actually take phrases and words and then play on them. I love political humor. Carlin was brilliant at it. I love the, and is there a comedian that I always ask it to emulate as far as like from one from past.
Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
I'm going to say Eddie Murphy.
That's probably one of the number one answers. That and Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, yeah. Mm-hmm. But Eddie Murphy, I like him the most.
The most?
I love Pryor, but it's kind of like when you're talking about Michael Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron.
Okay.
And when you say like somebody has this particular type of greatness, and that's like Richard Pryor, he has this particular greatness that when you come before somebody in that capacity, there is nobody else after you if you didn't come. He has that, and he's as funny as anybody. Him and Bill Cosby as well. But Eddie, I felt like how LeBron he has all those physical attributes that even if I don't do as well in the numbers as the people that are comparing me to, physically, my abilities, Eddie Murphy had the abilities that were
I got to
just-
be of the age
just crazy.
when Saturday Night Live first started showing.
But Richard, I'm not gonna say nobody's greater than Richard. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Brilliant.
cut you off, but
No,
I got to get that
brilliant.
correct. But I just mean it's like ability. Like you ever heard somebody sing, and then
Right.
somebody's like they're so soulful, and you're like, man, this sounds like the California Raisins is singing this. It don't got to be picture perfect. It's just so soulful and it's special. Richard is that, and then Eddie is like, it's like you put. It's like the synthesizer to the music thing that people use to
Okay.
sound dang near perfect. God gave him that, and that's like.
I like that.
That's why I like
that. That's
him.
a very, very good way to.
But
to
I can't
describe.
discredit Richard.
No, because I mean, I grew up. I was fortunate, like I said, that was when they came out. Saturday Night Live came out, and watching Eddie Murphy do Gumby, and watching him
Crazy.
doing The Neighborhood. Oh my God,
He's
he
crazy.
was brilliant in a way that, I mean, to see, and that's the other thing, that the way that kind of like what the Beatles did for music, or what, you take like the turning point of whatever, the humor that came, that change, that shift happened when you saw Richard Pryor doing comedy like nobody
Like
had done.
nobody. And
Although
that's
Red
so hard
Fox,
to
if
do.
if you know anything about,
Yeah, no.
but they didn't have access to like that much exposure. He was, the record you would, that you got to hear this guy. Red Fox was always, somebody had his album.
Yeah.
And he's filthy as a motherfucker.
But Richard just
but
did
funny.
that so sweet. Like he was so smooth with it.
Storyteller, and to be able to shift into characters. Are you a storyteller?
Yeah.
Do
I'm
you,
a storyteller.
do you tell like
I'm
slip
better.
into-
I'm better for longer than I am for less. 5 minutes might be like, ooh, he got talent. But I feel like I need more time.
what and this to put this together, right?
Yeah.
That's quite a project.
Yeah.
To
I did that. That special. I did that. I recorded that the same day I did it.
really.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, so the energy would be genuine.
Yep.
Because there's something I've talked to comedians about. G King, when he did the thing with
I rehearsed
Kevin
it. Don't
Hart.
get me wrong, but it didn't hit the stage until I did that.
wow, he said there is a difference when you're doing a show as to like what Kevin Hart's thing is, and you have the breaks and the audience cue. It's total different than the energy flow that's instantaneous. Bless you.
Bless you.
That happens when you're doing a live show, and it's like that reaction is what's recorded rather than anything that's done where it's a little bit more, shall we say, controlled.
Well, for me, no. For Kevin, yes, only because the vehicle's bigger. I'm someone who, when I'm doing things like this, is aspiring to be in that situation, to have that same kind of level of production. And here, you make it work.
Yeah,
You make it
would be-
work, not
that-
because you want to, because you have to.
Well, yeah, I
so
mean-
for me, it was, I didn't have the same type of, how you saying that he, and I don't even know, I don't know that to be true. To if he gets the chance to take breaks in between
Oh
his
no, that
hour
new
special.
thing the thing that he's filming where the comedians that are on the show.
right on.
Yeah. Those those you have an audience. You're running TV time special where it's that it's a total different format. No, not his live shows.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking
what I
about-
was saying, because
yeah.
I don't know that. You know what I mean?
Then-
From my knowledge, they shoot the special.
Is it called the Next Level?
Next level, yeah. On his Laugh
and a
Out
lot
Loud
of the comedians
network.
that I know that are getting that shot, which is so great when you see somebody who's integrated so many things in the idea of the give back. Like I usually ask comedians, if you were able to give back something when you achieve that super level of fame, is there something near and dear to your heart? And a lot of, communities, some people was brain cancer. One of them, their grandmother had died of brain cancer. And
in the heart of the city joint that he did.
Yeah, everybody talking about, if I achieve this, you can't just walk away being famous, mine. You got to give something back.
Yeah.
And I love that Kevin.
He does that. I've seen a plethora of people have an opportunity to work because of him, and then I see the same people around him. So I know, like if he was never good to me to help me in that capacity, I know that that's in him to help people in that capacity. You know what I mean?
Right, and even with that, I'm amazed that this is a very competitive field. You have so many people, that have a mindset, and then you have the other people who, I love when they say there's room for everybody.
It is.
Everybody would just understand the uniqueness of what you bring to the table, and not look at him, and not, everybody trying to, see who's in motion so they can maybe jump on that gravy train. And, then there's people, I don't know about you, but I don't depend on, I've asked a couple of comedians, hey, can you if I tag you?
Yeah.
Can you when I post your picture? Because I'm just up and starting a certain amount of wanting to get followers. But I see some comedians that want all this, follow me, come to my show, and I follow them to know. I'm like, I don't see you out there giving what you want.
Giving what you're asking for.
And
I understand that.
You can't have those expectations if you're not, treat those, I believe in that golden rule, the way that you want to be treated. Yeah. I wish I had the money to go to every show I get invited to.
Yeah, now I completely understand that. And just so I'm clear, I misunderstood your first question when you were relating to the Laugh Out Loud Network. Yeah, because I thought you were saying that his hour special, that there was a break in that, and that's why I was like, "Whoa, no, I didn't have the opportunity to do that."
No, this is what he's doing for the other comedians.
Out of respect, I don't have like that. If that's what happened, I don't.
And now we're gonna have a little.
So, but I want to make that clear. Yeah. So that's.
And how long have you been doing comedy?
10 years. 10 years since I was 21.
And
I'm 31
what made you
right
get
now.
Up on that stage?
I really wanted to do it. I was visiting my hometown and I was watching the show, and I knew my mama knew the promoter. I knew the promoter or the host and the promoter at the same time. I knew my uncle knew him, and I knew that I could beg him to say, "Hey man, come on, please. Regardless, please. Let me go up there."
You want it, and you knew you could do it.
I believed I can do it.
Yeah, well, you have to have that. That one of the things that I was told was, it's time that comedians have that confidence. That's what they're working on, that confidence.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that, all comedians are confident.
No, I don't think so.
That nervousness, and you can see there's certain things that give away. If you know what to look for, it's like, yeah, man, he's nervous. And
all comedians that get on the stage, I believe they're intrigued by being heard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a story. Everybody has something. And whether you were watching somebody display that same energy, and then it intrigues you and say, you get an itch. And there's people who just bucket list and say, I'm going to do a stand-up. That's just on their, many people, their bucket list is to just do stand-up once and then whatever after that and go back to my normal life.
It's funny because the idea, somebody asked me that, I have a lot of people who in talking about what stand-up means, is that something, my doing stand-up, are you looking to pursue? And I'm like, pursue? That sounds exhausting. I just like being in it. I enjoy challenging myself and enjoying and knowing I can improve on something. I personally, at my age, don't have this goal of being like, I listen to it, I'm going to be famous. I want to be. I mean, I've had comedians sit in the chair and tell me, I know I'm going to achieve. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Don't forget the journey.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking up here, you're missing all this good stuff over here because it's so fast. I cannot tell you from where you are to where I am. It's like, and
It's fleeting.
it's so
What do they say?
fleeting that to tell people. I have friends that they push themselves so hard, and I'm like, dude, you need to slow down, enjoy, look around, and that's no joke. Smell the roses, but that's no joke. I have some friends that I watch get so wasted throughout a lot of what they were doing in the entertainment. I was a professional singer. I watched a lot of that in the industry. That their life is like a blur
Mm-hmm.
because they weren't conscious in the moment. They were self-medicated, whatever they partying. That
They
they're
just
like,
go
man,
by
I don't
like
remember
that."
like blocks of my life. I'm like, that's really sad
Mm-hmm.
because you had the experience of a lifetime and you don't remember it.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
And-
crazy, but hopefully, if that's you, and I don't, Richard, in his life,
Yeah.
he said a lot of it, that he was in that capacity. But hopefully, if it's recorded and you leave the world with something special, and then you come out of that moment, it's because it's tough. It's tough to weigh that. But I still am thankful for people whose life was fleeting like that, and they left us with messages, and they left us with like crazy righteous things that we hold on to.
Well, you look at that with Robin Williams.
Yeah,
watching
people like
him
that.
from start to.
People
I
like
remember
that.
sitting there when they first had him on Mork and Mindy, and he walked onto set. Okay, and the first show he was on, of course, that was a show I watched, and it was mind blowing. No one hadn't seen anything like him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, then they did
He was crazy funny. I
him,
just gotta
Billy
say that.
Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, and they did that charity thing that they did, that special, back in the day. And I watched Whoopi Goldberg, and she was acting out all these characters. And then you had Billy Crystal doing the art of these comedians was slipping into characters that they would portray. Billy Crystal doing, the old Jewish guy and all the stuff that he did. And then you had she actually Whoopi did a thing where she said she always wanted to have blonde hair, and she put a white shirt over her with the sleeves hanging down like it was her hair. And she transformed herself into that, and what, being black and always wanting, and that message that was in there was unbelievable.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And that's where that underlying thing comes in, where people don't even realize they're being handed a real life lesson.
Gems.
Some in therapy. This will help ease your pain. Let
Gems.
me get you through this. Yeah.
And
man,
there was people that was like,
Yeah.
it was the gems were in they were in their essence. Even they was putting that artwork in, the gems were in their essence, and you could see. It's like I was thinking, like even musically, I was thinking about Sly Stone,
Yeah.
and I
yeah.
was just thinking about because I didn't know of him prior to me searching him on YouTube, right? So when I seen him next to Ali because I'm a huge Ali fan, and they was debating, and I didn't know who he was, but he was so marvelous in his essence that I knew he was somebody because he stood out in a way that you could see next to Ali that just let you know, like, this person is anointed in his own right. And I don't know what he does with it, his music, but I just knew there's people like that, like a Whoopi
you're talking all
Goldberg
about,
or Robin Williams, that in the essence, they really are that talented. They were the talent.
Almost prophet-like.
Butt naked with nothing.
Right.
Could be sitting there and you would still know this is somebody. This
See,
person.
yeah, we were talking about what separates, what is that's something that they're destined. Like when you see that and you're like, man, you always knew they were destined for greatness.
Yeah.
And asking people, so what are the warning signs of being destined? You do all that, and find out, when you see this certain light that is recognizable by everybody in some certain way. And it's really funny because there's certain things that you have in your life. I don't know about you, that one word, that keyword, purpose, that they say each of us has that. You know, it might not be famous comedian or whatever. But I'm always like, no matter what it is, where your purpose lies, hopefully it's to better somebody in a moment that you're gonna cross paths with.
Yeah, I think so.
And
inspire
the fire.
Inspire, because you can inspire somebody with anything. That's why when I can listen to any music. I can make a joke about any music as well, just being funny. But I can listen to any music and see somebody who's been put in a position to inspire. Right? And that same person, the same way you say comedian, oh, you're not that funny when I'm sitting next to you. You know? But what happens when somebody sit next to that rapper who ain't that sensitive when he talking, when he doing his music, but
right.
He talking to you and you a young lady and he just happened to give you some knowledge in that moment, but the only reason you even listened to him was because he was such and such.
Right.
That's important.
That is important. The power of being somebody, that a message that you talk about. And it was funny because Jada Pinkett Smith, she did this thing on forgiveness, and she was talking from her bed, and of course, just being who they are, they have a huge following. I mean, I would love to sit at her red table. I keep like sending inboxes going, man, you got to talk to me. My story is incredible. I'd love to come sit with you on your talk show.
That would be beautiful.
And I'm like, she did a thing on forgiveness, and I think about how many people, the power of how many people actually tuned into her, and you can heal people, you can help them. I mean, you don't know in that moment they're like on that flipping thing and they're going through something and they're just trying to distract themselves, and boom, you have a writing, you have a message. And that's why, like I did a writing on more than just not just a selfie.
Yeah.
And I did that thing under my picture because what inspired me was, I don't know about you, when you look at that, I see so many young women who are just obsessed with doing nothing more than their picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say to them, that's great. You are absolutely stunning to look at. But what do you got to offer? Mm-hmm. You could actually, with your beauty, which is a gift, you could actually say or you have the ability to reach, how many followers you got?
That balance.
Have something.
That balance more important than anything.
Yeah. Otherwise,
I'm sorry.
No, otherwise, do you agree that it's a waste of an incredible, I don't
want to say it's a waste because of the benefit to maybe the family and the people that are very close. Because sometimes people can be like, hey, man, I ain't for everybody. I'm for these few. And they taking care of 10, 20 people. That few is like,
I like that.
These and this,
yep,
pay for this. So I'm going to be shallow because that's where the money come from, and then done. So I have to respect that because I don't know on what level of humility that you share with these people that you really love and you want to see Sally from Timbuktu. I don't know what that is for them, so I never want to judge them. But
thing with that, right?
But always to say it is empowering. So what you saying is empowering to them. Yeah, you right, and that message to be given is right. But I would say it's not wasted. It's just you might be able to do more.
Right. The internet.
It's not wasted, but to each his own.
It's so powerful. The one of the things too was I was watching another. I don't know, when you look at the do you find content that you can actually use in what you write as far as what you see as being funny, the comedy that's right in front of you on the internet about people just being people?
Oh, just when I just see what people.
When you see something, you're like, man, I can write a joke.
This is funny.
This is whack. I can take this.
Yeah, social media. It's like watching your life and their life and somebody you know's life. You just scrolling through it, and you can say, you could just nitpick and say, damn, that's me right there.
Right.
I'm glad that they showing this funny because I don't feel like showing this type of funny. Look at this shit.
You go for that. The comedians that are doing the little clips. Like I've said to people, You know, if you're having a bad day, go on Instagram, check out some of the comedians because you get 60 seconds of a good
They funny.
of a good laugh. And who doesn't need a good laugh? Because you whatever you're looking at, try you know, because the promotion of what comedy is. Whatever you're looking at, I know you're looking at this fine one. You get this one's doing that over there, but check out the comedians because the value of a good laugh during the day
That's important.
is so important, and it could turn your day around. I mean, it did me.
Balance.
Yeah, that thing that you find yourself laughing out loud.
Yeah.
I watch when I'm stressed out on a flight. I mean, do you watch and look at a lot of your fellow?
I look at them and they're so funny sometimes that if you don't want to see one of them things and you ain't in the mood, one of your relatives gonna send you one. They gonna
Right?
message you and be like, "Hey, look at this,"
This is so
and you be
funny.
like, "You know, I do comedy too, right?" Don't send me that shit no more. but you gonna watch it and you gonna be like, "That shit was funny."
That and being like the subjects. My friend was like, "Oh, so you're a new grandparent," and I'm like, "Yeah, my grandson's 1 year old. He's getting potty trained," and I said, I was amazed that when they got books that they got a potty hats and you can blow up balloons and have a celebration. Great. I go, really? Because is that where the guy, when I go into the bathroom in Walmart, that's what I'm thinking. Are they waiting to bring everybody back for the party for what's left in the bowl? Because I'm laughing going, my mind plays it into a joke as to where you could take that whole thing
And
of
make
like,
it funny.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
my generation, my mother didn't have time with 4 kids to like be sitting and reading and blowing up balloons.
Oh, ain't gonna happen.
Hers was a slap the shit out of your school.
Yeah.
I remember watching her teach my brother how to tie his shoe, and my brother was the Three Stooges, so he's goofing off doing what he's doing. He's not paying attention. My mother finally had it with him because she's got things to do. She's got 3 of us behind him, and man, I learned how to tie my shoe just watching him get his ass kicked for not paying attention and learn how to tie his shoe. That I was over there going, yeah, that's right, I got this.
Yeah.
I ain't getting my shoe.
You're gonna learn how to do it.
Learn how to do it.
I feel you.
There was no books, balloons, music, celebration, party hats. What is that all about? Seriously, you have kids.
Hey,
Get another one on the way.
I think everybody has a deep yearning to give their kids things they don't have. They did not
absolutely.
have. And it don't matter what it is. It could be a Tonka truck. It could be a cell phone. It could just be, I ain't had this, and this is the only reason I want you to have it.
I find it hysterical.
Because when I was little, I wanted it.
My daughter's sending me the look at it's his first real poop, and I'm like,
Oh, God,
okay,
no.
and we're all excited about everything.
That ain't memorabilia.
That's just I don't need to see that.
No, that's not memorabilia. That's just
What is the worst picture anyone ever sent you? Outside of like the women talk about dick
it's
pics.
the nasty stuff.
What's the worst thing that somebody thought you wanted to see that you were like, really? This is disturbing. Have you ever gotten a snapshot?
It's nasty, but no, like when people send me like anything where it's like anything like just showing. It could be your wife, it could be a friend, and they show somebody that got really bad owies and shit. Like somebody, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like some nasty granded up skin. Like look at this dude, and they want to say some shit like this shit gnarly. I'm like, no, that's nasty.
Did you see the one where what's his name was having the blood sucked out?
I don't
of him?
want to see none of that type of stuff.
And I'm like, why would you?
I don't
put that
want
on?
to see none of that.
Why do I gotta?
And I'm not squeamish. I just don't like the way it look. The only thing that I and it's nasty, I can watch, and I don't know why. It's just because I understand the level of relief is when they show them big pimples pop, and you see them get them damn near surgically removed pimples pop, and it's nasty, and you like
I've
ugh,
never
but you
seen
know
that.
it's like to pop a little pimple,
No.
so you like ooh, good for you.
Oh man, I've never.
So you
seen
got that out of there.
Oh, that is so gross.
That's the only
And I'm a
one.
mom. I
Them
can
is
put up with a
nasty.
lot
They
of stuff.
nasty, but
It's nasty.
you have a sense of
That's-
relief with them, like ooh,
that
hey,
would
good
be
for
you
you.
speaking. That would
You got
so
that
not,
shit out.
just-
It's disgusting.
That's a whole. Yeah, but that's a primal instinct. Do you know that?
No, but for you to
It's
see,
primal instinct.
do you know how it feels?
kicking
Have
and
you ever had
popping.
a achy pimple?
Yes.
And you be like,
You're
damn,
not
and it
supposed
doesn't
to do
even
that.
feel like it got a head to it. You just like, my cheek just about to be achy all day. And they be having
That's
these.
called a boil
No, they be having these.
underneath the skin.
Yeah, I'm talking about pimple.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say pimple.
When you got one of them big nasty ones that you're talking
I'm
about,
talking-
they graduated from pimple to boil.
But that when they get that
Coming
out
to a
of
head.
them, it's nasty. But when they
Nasty.
get that out of them,
Do you
I
believe
feel
this?
relief with them.
I went from pooped to nasty pimple
No,
popping.
I be disgusted, but
That's
I be
it.
happy with them. I be like, damn, that's disgusting. Good for you.
Listen, all I know
I
is
like to see people being helped. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
I like
help
to see
you.
people being
the
helped.
correct way to pop a pimple. There's got to be a tutorial on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube has everything that you ever want to know.
I
about
never
doing
even understood
anything.
pimples while we had them.
My friend said to me, I just looked at a tutorial. I didn't know I was wiping my ass wrong. I just, what else is on YouTube? But, you know, in saying that, you have, like, I personally think if I was a comedian, you write from personal experience, which is what you said. But childhood experiences, because there's nothing funnier than the mindset of the things that as kids, we don't know why we want to do it. We know we shouldn't do it, but we go that curiosity thing that kids have. When your mother would say, why? Who did this? And why did you do it? And most of us were like, I don't know. Why'd you do this? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. That'd get your ass kicked every time.
There was so many of us. I just try not to say nothing and let her just guess.
Yeah.
Who did this? I'm like, man, take your pick. You're gonna whip all of us anyway. Shit. One day she lined us all up. She lined us all up and just whipped our ass at person to person to person to person. I was the last person in line crying before the ass
You
wound
even
began.
got it. Do you know? Yeah, there was 4 of us, and we used to say that all the time. My mother said she'd been saving up, so when she started swinging, and that's why I would joke and say
God.
my mother was in good shape. They didn't have gyms back then. From slapping the shit out of your kids, that worked your arm muscles, chasing. And my dad was a cop, and so like we were more afraid of my mother, believe it or not, than my dad. I think he was afraid of her too. But I remember my dad went to hit my sister. She was standing in front of the refrigerator. And my sister Natalie just started screaming. I mean, the drama that came.
That's how you do it.
He just
The
walked
baby girl?
away like,
Baby girl
oh,
too?
forget it.
Yeah, let that out.
I was like, oh, that's a new approach. The cunningness of kids.
They smart.
That's a new approach, man.
Yeah, it's like a second nature.
Now, how easy was it for you to be able to stay home from school sick?
No, I don't think that was ever easy.
It was never an option
But
unless
it
you were
was-
like either thrown and going, had
Just-
a raging fever.
Just because I think only time it worked is because my mom was busy. My mom worked a ton. So she worked so much. It's
Yep, my mom
ridiculous.
too.
So to not have to take me, and I'm the youngest, and everybody else in middle school almost. Everybody was in middle school. And I was in kindergarten. Or not kindergarten. I was like in 3rd grade when everybody else was in middle school. So like for me to miss a day was like, thank God, I want to take this nigga in. Go up there and lay down.
Yeah, the idea of staying home was just that my mother was like, I don't want even when summer was over and school was in session, you know, you'd have to call out dead. I mean, I don't care if an ambulance has to take you, you're going to school today. I mean, and then, I mean, the couple of times that we were really, really sick, you know, you couldn't say to your mother, I got really bad cramps, I can't go. Do you know? Because my mother came from the school of like hard knocks.
You show up to school.
You show up, and my work ethic. You know, I will say that much is my girls they work hard workers, and that work ethic that I don't know what happened to it, but it's like listless and lame is working now, and it's like I'm thinking you're lucky you have a job, no eye contact, you find everything you needed today. It's like seriously, servers that like it's just amazing to me. There's this like thing I've noticed with the way youngsters in the workforce. From the way I was raised. And when I went to work, I mean, it was a very, very strict environment. If you didn't do your job, see ya.
Oh, like that?
Oh, man, yeah.
I think people still get fired like that.
Oh, I don't know. I've
Yeah,
seen
people lose their job.
I could die looking for help in some stores, you know, and you see them all on their phone and they're talking. You tell it's not a commission.
Oh, you talking about the leniency
Yeah,
of like what
leniency.
goes on at work
What goes on?
compared to back.
Yeah, man.
You probably right about that.
You know, and for what you do, I mean, let's face it. If you didn't have a really good work ethic, the hustle that comes out of what it takes to be a comedian on a level that you can actually say, I make a living doing this. It's like, it's an amazing amount of work. some of the comedians that I watch out there that are getting on this plane, they're flying here, they're flying there. They also work out at the gym. They also eat healthy. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, they on the
Because
grind.
you also you can be susceptible. You're traveling, you know, with people all the time. You're in an environment with people, so anything that's going around, you're susceptible to if you're not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see comedians where I'm like, how come he's not dead? How does that body sustain?
He live like that?
Yeah, because I know sooner or later, and it has taken out.
That's everybody.
Yeah, it has taken out.
Think about it. Somebody clocking in, just sitting down at work, and they still drinking beer at the bar they go to every night. I think that's everybody. Not just beer. You know, everything you do.
Do you treat your body like a temple?
I hit the gym most of the time. I be in the boxing gym, like, I try to be there 4 times a week, 5 times a week, you know.
That's something that it's really funny. I love that when people say you lose weight and they're like, so what did you do? And I'm like, the idea of eating right and going to the gym.
Yeah.
Try it.
I don't eat perfect, so I be at the gym. And it's always been like that. Like, I used to play college football, then you had like a stint in the CFL.
Now wait, you go to a gym, you do boxing, you don't go to like I go to the gym that I go to, and there's nothing more aggravating than the guy sitting on the machine, and everything's backed up. I mean,
He's
there's
just
certain times
chilling
of the day, and he's
on his phone,
talking on his phone, or he's working in sets where he's got it all set up. This is my shit. And he's walking over to this machine, and I'm like,
about. He got a circuit going.
Yeah, he's circuit training, and
his circuit training is like, hey man, you about 10 minutes over there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you mind if I work in a set
That's what
over
you gotta
here?
say, yeah. You gotta say, you gotta let me work in.
Yeah, to be that way, but you know the other side of that too. I learned, like, I went to sit on a machine, and it was saturated. This guy looked like he sneezed, and just, you know, wet himself, and the back was all sweated up, the seat was all sweated up, the handles were sweated. I'm like, jeez,
he ain't gonna wipe it off in between his circuits.
I mean, if you're giving that much fluid out of your body,
you gotta say that.
Cry me a river, but clean up after yourself, for God's sake.
You gotta speak up for yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, in the gym, because you know that gym etiquette.
Are you speaking up, or are you just letting this happen?
I'm just like watching it all.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you saying all this in your head.
I'm just back to the gym after a couple of years, and my girlfriend's a trainer. And she's like, all right, when you go in, we got this is, I mean, she knows.
He'll respect you.
She goes, if I sit home, hey.
He'll respect you. Say, let me work in,
could you just,
bro.
let me work in, and can we swipe, wipe, and dab over here a little bit and get this all cleaned up? Just saying, you know, I don't really, you know, feel like sitting on your slip and slide. But there's also that, like, that thing at the gym, too. It's very intimidating. Don't you find that when you step into like the gyms in LA, I felt like I had to get in shape before I even got to the gym.
Yeah,
because all the beautiful.
It is. LA is very people. They stay in shape a lot.
They do,
here. And if they're not, not every, you know, I think it's healthier. Even the unhealthy are a little bit healthier than the most places. I think. Just because it's such a a high demand to be sexy, you know?
And to be healthy, and also, you know, I have a friend though that's terribly out of shape, and said that, you know, that's why the parts that he's given, that all the beautiful people, there's thin pickings, and that level, because everybody's he said for roles, but if you have like a half crazed, not to, you know, he gets really unique roles because he's not in good shape. He's an odd-looking guy.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Just any kind of creepy guy. He always gets a creepy guy role.
Yeah, and that's why I always hear when they say people too old to act or anything like that. No, I always think about, like, what movie haven't I seen without an old person in it somewhere?
Right. I got.
You know, like what movie have you seen where you didn't go? Somebody walk into a store or you know, they talking to somebody, or the police show up to the crime scene.
Power Rangers.
And, you know, just but there's somebody. What's his name? What's the guy's name in Power Rangers? The face.
Oh, okay.
Ain't he an old guy?
The
one that is the one they report to every day.
Okay, so they made him the old guy?
No, the face. Like isn't that face that be glowing in the background?
I only know the Power Ranger because I met one of a Power Ranger that played the part for 3 years.
You never seen when they go into that one, the person that made them Power Rangers.
No, I never saw
His
that.
name is
It's
like, I don't want to say his name wrong.
the Great Shazam or
I
something.
know it. I'm just having mental block. I know his
We
name.
could Google it because
You
that's,
Google it, but
that
he's a glowing face like on a TV screen. But I think in the old cartoon, it was kind of like he wasn't in a jar, but he was like in a.
he was right. He was. I like that. He wasn't in.
It wasn't in a jar, but he's like in this crystallized thing, and they would see him.
Oh,
I think he
really
was an older
interesting.
guy, but it's always an older person you just don't pay attention.
No, and that's the other thing too. It's like there is no. I just saw a thing, and the idea was don't. Oh, it was America's Got Talent, and there was a woman that was on there. She's probably near my age, and this big thing where she sang and all that, and people are like, don't give up on your dreams, and I'm like, I'm a huge advocate for like you should always have something that challenges you, that you're passionate about, that you're learning something new.
Yeah.
Because it keeps your mind alive. Somebody asked me that about your energy's so young, and I'm like, I think that ever-changing, my life has just been like one whirlwind after another, and you have to adapt. And when you're forced to be uncomfortable and put in a situation that you've never been in before, you adapt or die, it's like it does. It keeps your brain really sharp.
I think it's a
Then
level of
people who are-
happiness.
Yeah, that's
A level of happiness in here that keeps you, because everybody's. I'm spiritual. I believe everybody has a spirit.
yeah.
So I believe that your spirit is the same spirit you had when you came up in here, is the same one you got now, and he knows a little bit more. But when some person's happy regardless, they're able to reflect. You know what I mean? They're able to show that whether you have energy that day or not. Sometimes you're just able to reflect who you are.
I want to make sure you stay in my camera. I'm watching you, and I'm like, is he swinging out of zone?
No, you good.
So the idea of that being like I'm extremely, so I don't have anger issues over what other people believe in. I don't challenge people on what religion, my opinion versus it. It's like I have this thing where I say if the core message of your life is love and laughter and helping all the good things that we're supposed to be, I don't care if you worship a box of Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. That's not my journey, isn't your journey.
Not your journey, not your job.
No. And there's so many people walking around infuriated and enraged and all wrapped up in everything that's going on. I'm like, every moment that anything I see that I find I don't like the way that's affecting another person, I keep myself in check.
Yeah.
So make sure that you dress yourself that way.
But you rub off on people.
Oh God, yeah.
You can't. I always say I can't control anybody, but I can influence them.
Yeah, I like that.
If you like me, I don't care what you do. Most people, and I've been around a ton of hood things, and I'm in the essence of me is a hood person, and that's just honestly, I can be around some of the people that some people would say he need to go to jail, but I can find a common ground in conversation with him because he can offer me the same person he offers his mom and dad and brother and sister, and I can know that person when everybody else know, hey, he crazy, he thugging. That's how he move.
Oh my God, listen,
but that's
that gift. I was always told you have the gift of gab, and actually, it's funny because I sent that as a present. That the description says gift of gab, and what it describes to be able to have eloquently say things eloquently, and
yeah.
So like I'm laughing, going, I don't know anyone I haven't been able. I've been in restaurant, I've been in sales, I've been in entertainment, and there's this equalizer that exists in me that no matter I could walk next to somebody I've never met and just start talking to them like we've hung out our whole lives, and just jump into a conversation and immediately have the ability. It truly is a gift to make people feel comfortable and relaxed because I am funny.
It's a gift.
And because you give off, right? For yourself, I mean, when you first realize that you have the ability to make people laugh, there was just no greater feeling than to be standing up there laughing with people because you're enjoying so much of that. Isn't it the best energy?
I think it's the easiest way to tell somebody something they don't want to hear because they might think it's funny.
I like that.
They might be able to say, yeah, shut up, but that shit is funny. I disagree with your ass completely, but you are funny. Get out here. And I think that's a beautiful thing. You can rub off on people. A lot of the most funniest people in the hood rub off on their friends.
Oh my God, yeah.
Who ain't trying to be funny. They trying to be other stuff.
Right.
And everybody needs that relief. And if you could be funny, you could stop your brother and sister from beefing. If you could be funny.
Right. That's
Sometimes,
really true. Where you can bust that moment.
Yeah, break that ice under that negativity with
because that much energy where there's a lot of adrenaline going. And if you take that adrenaline rush and use that, because adrenaline with anger is dangerous. You add emotion, adrenaline, and anger. But you add adrenaline, emotion, and have it be funny, and that's where people you hear that release, that like incredible ability to let it out. That's why it's so therapeutic, because your muscles in your body hold your stress and your tension and your fears, and laughter is a way for all of that to go somewhere and come out. Release. And that's why you hear some people laughing a little harder than others. You know, where
they needed it.
You're on that stage, and I'm sure you've recognized that when you're on stage and you
I felt it.
That guy is, yeah.
Okay. I felt it at the crib. You know, there's certain people, and what's it, man, I don't even want to say his name wrong, because I know his name like the back of my hand, but I'm having a mental block. And he made me laugh so hard. And I always hear people say this. He made me laugh so hard, I'm crying.
Yeah.
And it's only one person that's done that, you know. And he not here no more. But he was so funny. And because when he passed away is when, you know, I looked into him, because they will always speak so highly of him.
There's been quite a few deaths.
You know, when people pass away, then people bring them up to the surface and they mention them. And I listened to this brother. I laughed so hard. And I was just crying.
I saw that.
Just funny.
That ability.
Man, it's
if he's gotten you laughing.
Well, it's you know who I'm talking about. It's
Bernie Mac?
No, not Bernie. Bernie, of course, he's one of the funniest people ever. And so is he. I'm talking about what's his name?
He recently passed?
And not too long ago, like a couple years. He was friends with Kevin. This is mental block. This is like I know his name, and I just can't
bring it up to the surface. Yeah. You will. You have to think of something else. There was somebody said that. Look,
he used to do that improv show, and he'd be sitting on the couch with the fellas, and they would just clown each other back. But he say everything. It's you know what I'm talking about, brother. Heavy set brother passed away. I don't even want to describe him like this. He a legend.
He's brother. He's not white.
He's a brother. He wear his hat. His last special, he had the little fitted hat on. He had his own podcast too. Him and he had a podcast not with Louis C.K. but with man.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking
about. You know
who
I'm talking about. I know who I'm talking about. It's so frustrating to have this mental block, because I just know who it is and I just can't say it right now. It's like that.
But you're saying that you didn't really tweak into that until after he passed.
I didn't look into him the same kind of way as everybody knew him to be. You know, he has a cast. They're not underground, but they're comics.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
And if that's the case, then that's one funny person, because you guys.
He's one of the funniest ever, and I will listen to him. And
you guys pretty much have the criteria as to how funny am I.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm mad. I'm gonna flip this table over. That's how mad I am.
And what freaked him out? He's such a quiet guy.
I think he had the podcast with Bill Burr.
Really?
Yeah.
Now
I keep wanting to say Tracy, but it's not. And I want to say Stacy, but it's not.
Tracy was
it's not Tracy Morgan. Right. I know Tracy Morgan too, the same way I know this brother's name. It's somebody you know who it is, guaranteed. When I say
killing us.
It's killing me.
Spend the last 5 minutes losing our minds on the air.
I'm about to YouTube this, because this. You can keep asking other questions. I can multitask.
I want to know where you're performing for the month of September.
September? This month almost over. Oh, month of September. I'll probably be I'm supposed to go to the Comedy Store. That's what I've been thinking about doing, because I'm supposed to get ready for this show in Georgia. Sparta, Georgia. On October October 27th.
Wow. So Georgia, get ready for you. And as we close out, you're probably gonna find that after we're all done. I really enjoyed. Really, it's a great way to bring in my 60th year. We find that, and he doesn't lose his mind over who this comedian was.
I got to lose my mind, otherwise.
And I hope you like my.
You lose your comedian points, not your podcast.
Yeah, he's gonna find that out. I hope you guys like my new backdrop picture. And we'll see you next week. Next week I have Adrian. I'm so thrilled about this. We're actually gonna have a lot of fun with that. Him calling in, but I believe his name is Aiden. Yes. Let me find him. And I, of course, me knowing his first name, Aiden Park. Aiden Park. He is hilarious. You've seen him at the Comedy Store, Flappers. He's got all kinds of stuff out there. He is hilarious. And he does a lot of question and answers. So we're going to have him on, have some call-ins. Until then, guys, I'll see you out there. This is Anna Marie Water L.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And Lee, my board guy, pick me up.
Thank you, Lee.
Big tipper. Yahweh Poetic.
I'm a big tipper, when I spend it, I'ma flip ya. So girl, drop it really low. Show them how we floor the flow. Candy and stick and ball. Feed me and give me more. Haters gon' hate when they see us running state to state. The way that we be tipping, man, up this on some other ish. Down on this dude. What you mean? That's another chick. Coming in, going out on some other shit. Try to rip us off, best believe it, that's a no-go. Never trust nobody, even family, that's a no-no.
I'm a tipper. I'm a big tipper. I'm a tipper. Yeah, I'm a